Okay, hello. Hopefully we are live and hopefully you can hear me okay. Let me just check. On YouTube, I'm live and it's all working. I think we are. Awesome. Okay, awesome. Yeah, if it's not working, let me know and try and fix it. If not, welcome to the stream. So today we're going to be working on the software tool again to help me make videos. Again, I've been very lazy recently, not really done much. It looks like it's gone weird and kind of out of the shot, which is bizarre. Is that better? Why that's happened, I don't quite know. It makes it too big, doesn't it? Okay, I think that's better. Don't know what happened there. A bit strange, but hopefully that all fits on the screen now. Okay, yeah, that looks better. Let's get going then. So yeah, let me just post the tweet. Why it's got... Oh, I've done that, I don't quite understand. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we're building this tool, and the idea is to help me come up with an idea for creating video content, and I will then go film the video content. I've been super lazy and just not really wanting to do anything at the moment. So trying to get back into it, and hopefully this tool will help me do that, get started and be analytical and go about building stuff the right way. So basically this tool here has lots of tasks. Some of them are agent tasks, so it goes to Claude. Some of them are just kind of programmatic tasks like fetching recent YouTube videos and that kind of thing. The idea is that we'll have one task that is this research agent that will just go and do research on a topic based on what my channel is, kind of the current news, all that kind of stuff. It will then come up with some topics. I then pick the topic, draft out some titles using AI as a helper, create some thumbnails, create a hook, hopefully create a script that's reasonably decent, film the video, and then work out what's working and what's not, etc. I've also got this competitors section, which we'll work on a little bit today as well. But there's a couple of things I want to work on here just to make things a bit cleaner and a bit easier. So we'll go ahead and get those done as well. In the task section, can we please add a filter for agent or prefetch tasks? Can we also add ordering for all the fields so that we can order via the date, etc., name, etc.? And the filter should be, show agent tasks or show prefetch tasks. So yeah, I've got a lot of things working locally. I haven't got thumbnails working yet. I need to wire up some form of image generation. So that'll be one thing I need to do at some point soon. The other thing I need to do is get all the prompts actually done properly. So currently, if you look at the tasks, they're just like, default prompts basically. We've got the output schema stuff working. I don't think it's perfect by any means, but in theory, they can output a structured schema, and that schema will allow us to do various things. So for example, the research agent outputs topics, and then they obviously get stored as topics, and then we can kind of work on them or discard them or do whatever we need to do. From the competitors side as well, I think we can add competitors. So if we pick this video, this channel, for example, this was one that just popped up as I was preparing to stream. We can add their channel and it will go and pick up all their videos and stuff. Eventually it'll pick up the thumbnails and it will kind of pick up, well, it won't pick them up, but we can then do some analysis on the video itself. So we will get the transcript. We will then analyze the transcript, analyze the title, analyze the hook, all that kind of stuff. Do a 1 of 10 score and just kind of try and work out things that are working well on that channel, things that are not working well. And then the idea will be that we can have a kind of bank of hooks that overperform, title formats that overperform, thumbnail designs and stuff that perform very well. And obviously the idea being that we get kind of a way to really understand what is working well and how we can essentially replicate that kind of thing. Okay, so while Claude is doing, I don't know what else I have with my Claude, but all of this stuff seems to be stuck on the screen. And even when I refresh the session, it comes back every time, which I don't quite understand. I guess it's because the Claude code is not built particularly well in terms of the UI. It's got a few bugs basically, but it is what it is. So yeah, so Claude code is now working away on that one. So hopefully we can get that done. It should be a fairly quick one to do for tasks. It's not difficult at all really. Yeah, so it's already got those and it's already got them. So it should just be testing now, which is good. Yeah, so I did have a to-do list. I've not really been keeping track of it though, to be honest. I kind of got some integration testing, end-to-end testing done. Haven't got that. I do have that done. I've kind of got that done. I've got that done as well. Yeah, so this kind of analysis here will, I'm not quite sure what I mean by based on titles, thumbnails, we create channel description. I guess that's like a brief description of what a channel is, like Mr. Beast be an entertainment-y based channel. Based on transcript hooks, we come up with what hooks they use, plus the effectiveness based on the 1 of 10 stats, yeah. And then we have a hook template. And we can probably also come up with a thumbnail template as well. We can pass images into Claude and the various other AIs, and we can kind of come up with a format of what works. Although to be honest, like if it's just a 1 of 10 video, then just seeing the thumbnail as well would be good, so we can get an understanding of, like a visual understanding of what is working compared to what's not working. So we can work on that next as well, actually, because I think that'll be quite an interesting one to work on. Yeah, and then the next stage of all this, like once I've actually got it all working, deploying it to my box on DigitalOcean, which should be fairly straightforward. And then it's actually making the video content, basically. That's kind of the big bit that I'm not doing and kind of where I'm falling down on. So definitely need to work on that and actually stop being lazy and actually start building some content. So yeah, got any questions, let me know. Get involved in the chat, happy to answer and kind of explain everything. So yeah, so we've done that little fix now. It's just a super small one just to give me some filtering and stuff. So I think on the competitor side of thing, I think the only thing I haven't got there actually, let me just do a sync to see whether it actually fixes and fetches all the thumbnails and stuff for that channel. It should do. I mean, the other day when I did it, it worked, but it seems to not be, well, or maybe it's because it's got no videos that it thinks are good. Let me go to Mr. Beast's channel. What's his tag? I guess it's just Mr. Beast, right? we can just add Mr. Beast. Not that he's a competitor to what I'm doing, but just for kind of a use case, seeing that it will work. Yeah, okay, so we do get thumbnails. Well, we get thumbnails of videos that it thinks are performing well based on some criteria that it's got. I'm not sure that it's particularly good criteria, but it's something that we can work on. So one other thing I want to do actually is like here, so you've got the title analysis, video title, video views, score 1 out of 10. Yeah, so that would, in theory, give me analysis of why that title has performed well. This one would give me an analysis of the thumbnail, I guess. Same for the hook and then the transcript. The hook is more important than the full transcript, I think. So maybe we'll tie that up, but let's see. I'm trying to think of why these ones are particularly good Mr. Beast videos. From what I understand, he gets way more views than this, right? So that doesn't seem like the algorithm is particularly great for what I've got. So looking at what the top 12, like this one survived 30 days seems to be the one that is the top. I was stranded. Yeah, so it doesn't seem fourth, one of the fifth, survive. Yeah, so the scoring thing is particularly not great. I don't think it's working at all, really. So I need to simplify that because I don't think that is correct in terms of how it's scoring the 1 out of 10. When I told it to come up with that, it came up with some weird formula for doing it, which seemed really overcomplicated for me. But I just kind of accepted that that was the way to do it. So we'll get that fixed at some point. So what do I need to do now? Let's have a think. So yeah, one thing I do want to do is the hook database, basically. So let's go ahead and get that done. Let's see if we can clear this bloody. I'm gonna have to restart Claude. Again, I don't know why it's got that thing that's just stuck on the screen there. Okay, can we go ahead and create the hook page? So this is going to be a page that agents can add to after they've done an analysis of a video, and it will be a template of the various hooks that are working well in people's videos. So the idea behind this will be that the agent will analyze the transcripts on high-performing videos, extract the hook into a formula, so like, you won't believe X is Y, Z, etc. So it should just be kind of a gallery of the hooks, and then when you click on the hook, you should get a list of all the videos that basically use that hook and how they perform compared to their peers, etc. Okay, so hopefully it can work out what to do now. So yeah, welcome to the stream. Please do get involved in the chat, ask any questions if you would like to. Happy to explain anything if it's not clear what I'm doing. So yeah, so the idea behind that one is that, you know, when we go to a video, well, when it syncs, it will sync every so often, and it will go through all the videos there. It will extract the transcripts, which I still need to wire up and make sure that's actually working. It will then grab the hook for that particular video based on the transcript and come up with the kind of format of the hook. And then based on the stats for the video, we'll work out if it's a good performing one or not. And we need to do the same for title at all, actually. So maybe we can combine hooks, titles, and thumbnail into one page, actually, and then just have them all there. We'll stick with different pages for now. It'll be easy enough to combine them into one. So yeah, I don't know whether the transcript stuff works yet. I did remember seeing sync video transcript. Backfills transcripts on track videos that have on throttle per run to keep volume requests sane, right? So does this fetch transcript thing, skips it if it's end-to-end test, YouTube transcript, fetch transcript. Okay, so it's using an external package. I don't know how good YouTube transcript is. Okay, so it can be broken. To be honest, I might just sign up to one of the external services as well if that's not particularly good. The DB already has templates kind equals hook. Okay, so it already has that. It really annoys me that it does stuff like that and it doesn't use enum. It doesn't have like a proper constraint for it. It's just dumb. Populated by the extract hook patterns agent, batch runs, baseline videos or transcripts weekly, and there's a per video, right? Competitors templates, but it doesn't have competitors templates. Is that a thing? Oh, okay, right. In theory, it's already there. Okay. Okay, can we move the templates UI to a separate top level menu item so that we have the competitor templates as top level? I also need to get the syncing as a list of when it's last synced. I'm not sure what pause syncing is there for. It doesn't really make much sense. I don't get what it's doing in the background, actually. Yes, you can do that. Okay, templates, cool. So I'm going to ask Claude actually what the for tools like 1 of 10, what is the formula they use to come up with the 1 of 10 or 5 of 10 for YouTube videos? Okay, yeah, can we come up with a formula with the rolling the window? So say the last 30 uploads as the default. Yeah, can you just write up a quick TypeScript formula with a description of it as I'll pass this into Claude to write into my application. Okay, so we should now have the templates, as I said, everything good, cool. So I need to get the formula fixed for the 1 of 10 stuff because it's definitely not correct. I think this Claude is going to do it for me, which is fine. Also need to get this syncing stuff fixed as well. For the channels, can we please have a list of the sync events, similar to how we have agent runs, so we can actually see what's going on as it's not clear when the last sync was, if a sync is running, etc. Okay. Okay, yeah, that seems better than what we currently have for the 1 of 10 scoring. So let me go and update this do's. So we're kind of currently working on that one. Done that a little bit. So the other thing we need to do is update 1 of 10 scoring. else did I want to do? Sync events list. That is one thing. We've got templates page now. Top agents draw these from title templates and friends. I don't know what that means. Okay. So I don't know what actually happens when you run this, because I don't think we've got the transcript stuff working. Description, title. Okay, so some of them do have transcripts. Oh, I think this is actually my channel that it's got transcripts for. Yeah, it is. Okay. So I guess we also need to make it a my channel page as well. We should also have like a thing of hooks that we know perform poorly as well. And it might be that we're getting rate limited with all this stuff. It's difficult to know. Don't really get any logs of that kind of stuff. We should probably actually have, I think it might have this already. Topics. Video ID. Transcript, not run the sync video transcripts first. Right. But that's not even a, I think that's actually a separate task, which again shouldn't really be. We should also be able to do that for that particular channel as well. Okay. Currently what we're doing. I thought MrBeast had more subscribers than that, but obviously not. I thought he was at, I don't know why, maybe I thought he was at 1 billion, but who knows. I don't think I've ever watched a MrBeast video, so that might be why. He also does short form. Okay, so we need to actually filter short form versus long form, because I'm not really doing short form per se. Filter for short versus long form as well, as that's going to be really important for when we do analysis and stuff. Yeah, so we should have like the length and that, whether it's short or long form, and then be able to filter on those, because yeah, they're very different forms of content. So we need to make sure that we are handling those differently. So yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. Do get involved if you've got any questions. Currently building a tool to help me make content, basically, using AI. Claude's building it, and then we're going to be using AI on the tool as well. Essentially, we've got various agent tasks, so like a research agent that will go and research around a topic, come up with some ideas. We then come up with some topics. We can then create titles, thumbnails, hooks in the script, all that kind of stuff. From then, I'll go then make the video, and then we'll then do some analysis based on the performance of the video and try and incrementally improve. And we're also going to be doing some kind of competitor analysis, looking at other channels and how they perform and what's working well. So extracting good patterns for thumbnails, for hooks, and all that kind of stuff to try and be very analytical and push things forward in an intelligent way. So we should now have sync events. Yeah, okay, so that's useful to know. Okay, so that's done now. So that needs to be done. On the competitor page, can we please ensure there's a visual tag for short versus long form? And then when we are doing the analysis, we should be able to pass in whether we want to do short or long form. And then if we say short or long form, we obviously only pass in those videos, those titles, etc. And the default should always be long form. So we should only really care about long form, and then only when we explicitly want to pass in short form should we be doing that. Okay. I don't think that's right, though, is it? Didn't do that correctly. It really needs the task or something. Oh, we've got task ID, so I guess we can join on them. It's fine. From runs r join tasks t on t.id equals r task ID and t dot is it name. Prompt topic ID video ID. Okay, so I guess that just tries to do all of them. Sync video transcripts. videos.id. That's such a bad way of doing it. Okay, right. So it just does it in batches, basically. So we should update it so that you can do it per channel as well. That'd be useful. Sync transcripts channel. So yeah, we're getting some more views today, but no one's sticking around. Obviously having like 2 months off has killed the momentum. I mean, also in a different time zone as well, which I guess doesn't help. So it is what it is. As I say, I just need to get back to making content, basically. That's the main thing. Bom, bom, bom. Yeah, if you are watching, please do get involved in the chat. Happy to talk and answer questions and stuff. Currently just getting a few fixes on the app. I'm getting close to having it working as kind of a basic implementation. I'm going to stick it on DigitalOcean and set it running and see what we get in terms of some output, and then hopefully start making some actual videos and doing the analysis, which will be good. So yeah, and then like other tools I'm going to be making, editing is going to be one of the big ones. So you're going to try and make some editing tools. Certainly short form from long form is quite an easy one to do, really. Just clipping long form content into shorts. And then the other one is kind of editing long form content using something like Claude. I know there's tools you can do that help with that. I don't know how good they are. I need to experiment with those and see how much we can actually get done with AI and how far we can get with it, basically. Yeah, and then I just need to get filming, basically. That's the main bottleneck, is my laziness. I don't know why it's only got 50 videos there. It should have more than that. I don't know, there's a limit or something. Okay, so it's got a limit of 50. Why it's got 50, I don't know. We'll do 200, that's fine. I mean, 50 is not a bad limit per se, but it'd be better to have more. Okay, so now we've got short and long. I mean, that's a short form, right? So I don't know how it's got that as long form. For the determining of whether it's short versus long form, is duration the only thing we can use? Does YouTube not tag the videos either way? Or is there another way we can do it as well? Because some short forms are longer than 60 seconds. Maybe we can say like 2.5 minutes is the max, or for a short form, rather than 60 seconds, as some are longer than that. Is there like the thumbnail or something we can use as well to determine whether it is or isn't in a easily programmatical way? Actually, I think what I might do actually is, when we do the sync, just not include short form videos. No, I know, but we'll include them for now. We'll just exclude them from everything else. It's probably the easiest thing to do, because if I do want to add it, okay. Yeah, okay, let's go ahead with 2 and add that as well, please. Can we also make it so that we can flag a short form in the UI as well, so that if it's not been labeled correctly, we can just, override what it's currently got as? Should be fairly straightforward to do that. Okay. So that's kind of done. Can't spell, of course. So yeah, we need to update the 1 to 10 scoring as well. Get that going, the filtering. Make it bigger so that hopefully we can see it on screen. The competitor analysis is kind of there-ish. Again, I need to update all prompts and stuff and make sure that it's actually working in terms of the templates for hooks and titles and stuff. I don't think it's currently working, but we can test that in a second. But yeah, 1 to 10 scoring and the short versus long form is important to get nailed. Because yeah, if you look at here, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those are actually short form that it's picked out there, which is not what we want, basically. We basically just want to exclude short form for now. Especially as it's, although obviously you can be very strategic with short form. Obviously you don't have thumbnails. I don't think you really have title on short form as well. It's not something that people really look at when they're just scrolling through short form. So I don't think those things are important. What is important, I guess, is the kind of hook of short form, which should be interesting to analyze, but I say I'm not going to be focusing on short form for this channel, so it's not my priority to really look at, basically. Okay. So yeah, this needs totally fixing because it's just not correct. Hey, just for context, can you tell me what's going on, like which platform you're using to do this? Yeah, absolutely. So I'm using Claude Code to build this tool, which is this tool here. And the tool is basically a tool to help me make YouTube content. It's being built with AI, and then I'm going to use AI to help me make the content in terms of helping me come up with ideas, helping me work out what hooks and titles and thumbnails work well. So we're going to be doing that via analyzing other people's channels. So, scraping their channels, looking at the transcripts, the titles, etc., working out which ones work well, coming up with like a template bank, I guess, of titles, hooks, and thumbnails that work really well, so that we can kind of use those as inspiration and work out what's going on. In terms of the platform that this is my own tool that I'm building, basically, for my own use. But obviously, if people want it and it is successful for myself, then I'm happy to make it a product, or just release it as a tool that people can use. So I'm going to deploy this myself on just a Linux box, so that it can run while I'm asleep and all that kind of stuff, and then just give me the results. And then basically the idea is that I can use AI to so like it's not some automation thing. It's not like YouTube automation, and like some people say that you can just get AI to make you a video sort of thing. No, it's not like that. So I'm going to be filming the videos myself, obviously probably getting an editor to edit them. I will be looking at automating things like editing and all of that kind of stuff. So as we go along, we will be doing more and more automation, but it's not a, I guess, traditional YouTube automation tool. No. So yeah, so if you're looking for like those kind of YouTube automation, make 100K a year from an automated YouTube thing, this is not that channel. There's loads of those out there that will happily sell you a course for $10,000 on how to do it, I'm sure. Yeah, well, thanks. Yeah, and you're welcome back anytime. And yeah, the thumbnail was made with AI, so I guess it is working in some regard. There we go. I feel like Claude is being really slow today. Okay. I don't know how it's tagged them. Has it tagged them on like the video itself? Or is short override? Okay. But it doesn't have some kind of category. All right, fair enough. I don't think it's working very well because it's not doing What about tests? Okay, let me have a look at what the API is actually doing, because it doesn't actually seem to make sense. Is short. I mean, based on that, you should get all of them as shorts, right? But it's it's not. Maybe I need to restart it. Okay, there we go. It's better. I mean, it looks crap, but it's better. Okay, good. Does summary of a summary of a summary lead to data loss? Yeah, I mean, it will do. It's like compression, right? If you keep compressing stuff, you will end up with data loss. In the UI for competitors, can we also have a toggle to just not show short form content, please? What am I building exactly? So yeah, so I'm building a tool to help me make content, basically. So it's a combination of, I guess, like competitor analysis, but also using AI to help come up with ideas for videos, titles, and that kind of stuff. So I've got loads of kind of agent tasks that will run on a schedule. I've not got the actual prompts yet. They're just kind of fake prompts. I can then pass in lots of data and stuff to those agents. And this one will, for example, will go and do some research around trending topics and all that kind of stuff to come up with some video ideas. It will then insert topics into this kind of Kanban boardy thing here, where I can then go and kind of select it or discard it. And then we can come up with the title, the thumbnail, the hook, the script, all that kind of stuff. And then film the content and then see how we're performing and kind of try and be a bit more analytical with how we make content. Basically trying to build an audience and build a channel and be successful with that, basically. And then if it's successful and if I can do it, then I can release it as either as something, a tool that people can use themselves and just deploy on their own Linux box, or a SaaS product. Who knows, really. We'll see. Yeah, unlike a lot of these channels, it's like those AI videos on TikTok. It depends what you mean by those AI videos on TikTok. If you're thinking of like the ones that are purely like AI imagery and stuff, then no. So the idea is that I'm going to be filming and talking on the videos rather than just like using AI to generate content. So it's not a like full automation tool, and that's not what I want to build either. So I think there's lots of people that build or are trying to build kind of full AI automation tooling, like where you give it a prompt and it makes a video for you, but that's not what I'm trying to build. Maybe in the future, but not for now. Got to start somewhere, and yeah, this is where I've chosen to start, basically. So hopefully we can now filter. Yeah, okay, cool. Okay, yeah, I need to update the 1 to 10 scoring. Let me just do this. That should be fairly straightforward. Can you please update the 1 to 10 scoring to follow this, please, as what we currently have is just wrong. Okay, so that should... Okay, so we're doing that now. That's going to be... Yeah, okay. But yeah, like in terms of using AI to actually make the video content, in the future, one thing I will be exploring once I've actually got this kind of working and running is essentially an AI tool to help make longer form video content. So it's not going to be the kind of tool of give it a prompt and it makes you a video. It will be more along the lines of I've got a video about about Ferrari, basically. Here's the script. Here's my voiceover, or here's my like filming. Come up with B-roll and find clips that work well in this kind of format, and kind of can we edit it together using AI? That's one thing I want to build at some point. I kind of I get very like shiny object syndrome, so trying to be very focused on building one thing, getting it working, actually making some progress with filming content before we move on to those kind of projects, because those projects are much more blue sky, way more difficult to build than what I'm currently building, and are much harder, basically. There's no reason we can't build them, but they will cost a lot more money and be a lot harder to build. Schema serializer. Okay, yeah, but it implies that your code is really poorly made then, because it should just be a case that you switch out the function that calculates the score. So can we make sure we're building this in a clean modular way? Yes, the tech stack is pretty simple. It's just all TypeScript, basically. It's using Bun as the server. I think it's using React on the front end. I mean, I haven't looked at any of the code really. So, and part of this is that I'm not writing the code. So I was a software engineer for a long time, but just trying to see how far we can go with the AI. So not explicitly writing the code. But yeah, so it's React on the front end, and then just a TypeScript server using Bun on the back end, and then Drizzle is the ORM that we're using. Yeah. And then I think for end-to-end tests, it's Playwright, yeah. So pretty standard tech stack for Claude, basically. I think Claude's pretty decent with this kind of tech stack. And again, it's a pretty standard tech stack for a reasonably simple web app nowadays. So yeah, have you built anything yourself, or are you trying to build stuff yourself with AI? Be interested to know. Always interested to hear what people are building and how they're using AI. Because again, I think it's one of these things where everyone says it's being used amazingly and stuff, and then you see code like this. So it's yeah, always interesting to see how it does it. Definitely not like that. Okay. But yeah, always keen to hear what other people are using AI for and what they're actually building. Because again, like when I looked at like OpenClaw and those kind of tools, it seemed that no one was really using them for anything other than basically schedule my meetings or give me a summary of the news, which kind of seemed like, well, that you don't really need anything like OpenClaw for that. It's just a harness that runs stuff on cron jobs and then can send you a text message sort of thing. Yeah, well, it's going to be a simple deploy on a Linux box, so it's not going to be publicly available now. Yeah, so I'm not too worried about exploits and stuff. It's pretty straightforward. And as I say, if I do end up releasing this as like a SaaS product that people can buy and that kind of stuff, I would dive into the code and actually make sure that it is secure and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm fully aware that the code that it generates is not particularly good. And you can kind of see, well, you basically look at any file and then you go, okay, it's crap, but it's not about the code. It's about the end product, basically, that we're trying to build here. I mean, like the fact that I told it to change the way that it does the scoring, and it's like, oh, this is a massive change, shows that it's not particularly well-built code. Even though I've told it to be modular, I've told it to use domain-driven development, and it just totally ignores all of those things whenever you say it. Yeah. For an MVP, I think it's good. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's one of those things like everyone says it's going to replace software engineers and all this kind of stuff, but I think people underestimate how much work it takes to build good software that is secure, works reasonably well, is performant, is reliable, and is available. It's a lot more than just writing some code and shipping it, and maintainable as well. That's one thing that people often kind of ignore, that certainly AI is not very good at, from what I've seen. When your project gets pretty big, it does fall over. And this is like ultimately a really small project still. But I think you can kind of already see that the AI will start to struggle at times. But yeah, ultimately it's just like a CRUD app that calls AI and has some handlers to do API calls. It's not by any means a complicated tool. So yeah, but we'll see how far we can go with it, basically. But yeah, I'm sure they will definitely improve the quality of code that these tools are able to output. Obviously, it's just all trained on GitHub and all those kind of platforms, and the general quality of code on there is pretty terrible. So I imagine they will have and spend a lot of money training it on good code and getting that pushed forward, basically. But we'll see. But yeah, I mean, you can already see like the code here just looks absolutely crap. But, yeah, it's as I say, we're not trying to build the most perfect tool. It's, can we build something quickly that achieves the goal of helping me make content for YouTube and stuff. If we can, it is successful, then awesome. But yeah, have you guys built anything with AI? I'm always interested to hear if people have actually built anything, and what kind of thing it actually is. Okay, so that's currently going. Yeah, then we need to add the syncing transcripts per channel as the current cron task for that doesn't seem to work that well. I think it might because of max videos. It's weird that that has one and then this one has. Oh no, okay, it only has one as well. Right, fine. No, I'm not using anything like LangGraph. I've never actually looked at stuff like LangGraph. I probably should, but with all these things, like, they are ultimately just calling the AI. So, oh, well, actually, LangGraph is slightly different, isn't it? But was it LangChain? It's just like a wrapper around the API, so I've never really seen the point of it, to be honest. But maybe I should start trying to use something like this. I mean, none of them are going to be particularly long running. Stateful, maybe. We'll see though, but I do need to give a lot of these a go. So I mean, I'll probably make, I guess that's one thing I can make videos about is, what are these tools and how do you actually use them? Because certainly I'm not that familiar with them. I haven't used them myself, as I say. And again, I think a lot of them, I just kind of feel like it's just ultimately a wrapper around calling the agent. So as much stuff as they do, all it ends up being is you pass some text to the call to the API, and then you get a response back. Like with all these memory things, all this kind of stuff, like things that are trying to improve the way they work, ultimately it's just passing text to the AI, and how well they work, I don't know. I get the impression they don't work that well from what I've seen. But yeah, like if you use them and they are good, let me know, because I can try them out and see how they go, basically. Yeah. Because yeah, like build completely custom agents and applications powered by LLMs in under 10 lines of code. Like, it's not a difficult thing to do. Like it's literally an API call. Like, you can get Claude to write this for you in 2 seconds. So, yeah, I don't know. LangGraph, maybe. I think that might be a bit more. What's it? Slow orchestration before LangGraph. Yeah. So, I don't know. I need to explore all of this a lot more. I'm still kind of, although I use Claude a lot, I basically only use it as as the CLI Claude code or in the UI. So I need to explore all these tools a lot more. But again, I can make videos on those. So like, I've read a lot about super memory. Is it? I think that's one of the things that I've read about that people seem to recommend. But again, I don't know how good these actually are. I feel like they're trying to solve like genuine problems with AI and stuff, but they don't actually solve much from what I can see. They all sound great, but then do they actually solve and make the problems better? I don't think so, basically. Because yeah, I mean, from what I understand about supermemory is it's just like a graph database that the AI can access. So you still end up burning tokens and stuff, accessing your memory, and then the memory you end up passing as well is just tokens anyway. So I don't know. We'll see. Need to explore it all a bit, and as I say, I can make videos about that kind of stuff. Like, it'll be interesting to play around with those tools on stream as well. But yeah, basically, currently, it just. I mean, I've not looked at any of the code, but it's just got a schema and a prompt, and then ultimately it will probably, yeah, just run agent. I imagine this just literally calls Claude's. I imagine it literally just calls the Claude npm package, I should think. Yeah, so I imagine that's just stream. Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. I'll play around with all those things at some point and see how how they work. But yeah, if you've used LangGraph, let me know, because I'd be interested to see or interested to hear what you think of it, and does it actually make the tooling better? Do you get better results from it? Because the other thing is, like, you can almost guarantee that they've raised a lot of money from nothing, and how it actually works, I don't quite. Yeah. I mean, that's not true. You're never going to understand what your agent is doing, because it's a black box, basically. Yeah, I need to give them all a look at some point. I'm not sure Klarna is a good one to have on their thing, because didn't Klarna like sack loads of people to replace them with AI, and then realize that that was crap, and they had to hire them all back? So we'll see. I'll play around with them at some point. It's also interesting with tools like LangChain, and I guess supermemory as well. If they are actually any good, they'll just get wrapped into the agent chain anyway. It'll just get added to Claude code, and then that entire product will disappear. So it's a bit of a weird space to be in. But yeah, it's interesting. I wonder, did they raise money? I bet they did. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. Maybe this is what I should be building, is a toolkit around running agents, because they're already valued at 1.25 billion. That's just absolutely insane. Yeah, maybe that's what I need to look at and build something like that. I mean, they seem to have a lot of companies on their platform, so. Yeah, I mean, if you're completely new to all of this, I guess the first thing is, it depends what you want to do. So if you're trying to learn about AI or how to build with AI, where do I suggest you go? That's a good question. I would say just play around with the tooling. So Claude Code, you can ask it, or Claude, you can ask whatever you want to it, basically. Get it to explain how you go about building an application. If you've got Claude Code installed, you can just prompt it and get it to start building something for you, really. It's pretty good at getting something fairly quickly, really. So yeah, I think it depends kind of what you're trying to do. Like, are you trying to build a tool, or are you trying to learn about AI or programming, or what? Yeah, it's quite a broad question. It's taking a very long time to update the outlier score, which is a bit worrying, because it should have been like a 5-minute job to just update the bloody formula. But the fact that it's taking so long does have me a bit worried. I mean, the fact that, like, this got so many roots in as well. It's crap. But, yeah, one thing I'm thinking of doing as well is making videos about how to get started building tools with AI. So if that is something you are interested in, let me know, because I have had people ask a couple of times actually, how do they get started? So there's obviously an audience for it. So maybe I will make some videos around that if that's what people want to see. Because yeah, I can imagine that if you've never done any programming at all, it would be very difficult to get started with Claude code and that kind of stuff, and it will seem like you're getting a long way very quickly, but you'll run into so many problems that you just can't kind of get anywhere with. Yeah, so if you're trying to learn about AI and its applications, I mean, there's loads of YouTube creators that talk about AI. I'm going to be one of them, so I'm going to be making videos about AI, its use cases, how people are actually using it, what the tooling is and stuff. So I'd say, have a look on YouTube at people that are building with AI or using AI for various things. In terms of kind of its applications, it's one of those things where I don't know, because part of me feels like a lot of it is just hype and it's not actually being used all that much for anything productive. The other part of me feels like it's being used loads by people and it's going to change the world. But like I've used it a fair amount. So I did have one thing going. I've not got it running anymore, but I had on just a Linux box that I deployed, I had some agents running that were like researching articles and writing articles about this kind of zero human company thing. But the quality was just literally absolutely terrible. And it would constantly do stuff wrong, constantly break and stuff. So I don't have a great answer for you there. I think one thing is just play around with it, right? So if you've got a problem, like you're struggling to, I don't know, clear your inbox or something, ask AI how you can go about solving that problem and seeing whether AI can help you with that kind of thing. That's probably a really bad example because you shouldn't connect AI to your email account. But think of those kind of things in your life where could you automate something around that, and then can AI help you out, basically? But yeah, I would say just Google stuff, play around with the tooling yourself. The same way you would learn about anything, really. Just play around with it, read about it, watch videos and tutorials about it. There's loads of content creators that are doing AI, like news and content and stuff. I think one of the big ones is it Matt Wolf, I think? Yeah, he's one of the big ones, isn't he? So yeah, I think this guy does lots of kind of AI news and stuff, I guess. So he's probably one to watch some of his videos about and see what kind of stuff it can do, really. And then my channel as well. So subscribe to my channel and then you'll see videos about AI and all that kind of stuff going forward. So yeah, it looks like hopefully it's fixed the scoring for 1 of 10. It looks like it's better. Okay, good. I'm going to assume it's right. I'm not going to do any checking now, but we will assume that is correct for the moment. Okay, so we can say that's kind of done. If I need to come back and fix it, I'll fix it in a second. Okay. I need to change that now. On the channels page, can we please have an option to sync all of those video transcripts, please? We probably also need to update the sync transcripts code to take a list of video IDs to sync as well. Yeah. Oh, and I mean, talking about things that you can build with AI. So on some previous streams, one of the things we built, this was the first thing I built on stream basically, is this tool here that when I do that, it listens to my voice, it transcribes my voice, and then pastes it into the window that I'm looking at. So that's a tool you can build with AI, and you can watch the streams where I built that if you want. They're early on in my channel, and you can see I use this quite a lot, really. For such a simple tool to build, I would never have built myself as a software engineer because it would have just been a bit of a pain on my free time to build it. But with AI, it was, I think it took me like 3 or 4 streams to build. So say like 10 hours to build it, basically. It's pretty good, really. It's not the best tool in the world, but it does exactly. And it's not the best tool in the world because it's just breaking now. That's probably because the history is so long. But you can build tools like that with AI. It's quite amazing, really. The curse of streaming, that it's probably broken on stream. Yeah. I don't endorse the tool. It's just one of the tools that I built. But yeah, if you want to, I do actually have a website. I've not looked at it in ages. It's probably all broken, and I think AI can be integrated such that it can automate highlight clips. Yeah, so thank you for subscribing. So yeah, do you think AI can be integrated, automate highlight clips from my live stream? Absolutely. So I have actually built a tool locally. This one, I think it is, that does exactly that, basically. I will, obviously I haven't really made any long form content, so I haven't done anything with it, but yes, one of the things I'm going to do, I have kind of built it already, but it will, I guess I need, I can't remember how to run the application, to be honest. I'll get Claude to do it. Can you please start the application shorts generator? And update the README to include the instructions. Yeah, so one of the things, again, like the tooling that I'm going to be building is all around content creation and trying to build an audience. So the shorts generator thing, the idea behind it is that you will give it a long form video. It will then transcribe the video using a model. I think it's using Whisper, which is like the OpenAI's local transcription model, which basically takes video or audio and transcribes it. You then pass it to AI, and the AI will kind of chunk it into bits that it thinks can be short form content and rate them as to how like interesting it thinks it can be. Clip the video, and then the last thing I was working on before I stopped working on it was like face tracking of the actual video, so that I wouldn't have to go in and kind of manually point the camera and stuff. But we'll see. Well, once it boots up, I can show you it, and we can have a look. Because yeah, it's one thing I will be building. I kind of have already built it a bit already, but as I say, I haven't been making any content, so I kind of been building these tools because I find it quite fun and interesting. But I need to make the content so I can start using the tools, and then kind of go from there. But I'll show you what it looks like once it boots up. Okay. So yeah, we should be able to. This pause syncing thing is just not correct, but. Okay, we get a 404 on the sync transcripts button. Oh, that might be because the server hasn't properly restarted. Let me do that. I'll give it a chance. Sometimes Bun doesn't quite restart fully. The pause syncing button on the competitors page, is that to disable the channel from being synced or what? It's not quite clear what that's actually for. So it should just be open up, start UV, I think, and then, yeah, okay. So this is the tool that I built, if you're interested. So like, I guess we can take one of these videos. Again, it's by no means, okay, I've actually got a video, okay. So this was like some sport video that I found, football video, basically. Let me turn the sound off. But basically, like, it will download the video and then it passes it to AI and then it comes up with some clips, does the transcript, does the captions, does all these kind of things. And the thing I was trying to work on before I started doing something else was the kind of face tracking and automation of like where this should be. So this is the view for the short kind of, I don't know, the viewport, I guess. So you can do auto tracking. It's not very good, but it kind of works. So yeah, this is one of the things that I will build fully into a product, I guess, that I use. This is just some local thing that I was playing around with because I wanted to see like how far you can get with some basic kind of tooling. So yeah, so like you can see the viewport does jump around. It's not good. Like you can see it's kind of bang, bang, bang. But you can kind of see like it is possible, really. Yeah, so absolutely. Like, I mean, yeah, if you want to stream stuff, stream it. Yeah, go for it. You know, the worst that can happen is you get no viewers, which I've had many times before. But just keep doing it. And yeah, I think so. Like, if you look at my channel, actually, this short form video was from a tool called, I think it's Restream. Yeah, Restream. So I was streaming through their platform, but I stopped because it was constantly breaking. But it basically has a clips thing, which was basically like this. So it's definitely possible. So you can make one with Claude Code if you want. I'm sure there's already ones out there. But yeah, it's definitely something that is possible to do. Okay, can we make it a toggle that is clearer that it is tracking the channel or not? Because pause doesn't really make sense and it's not entirely clear what it's for, basically. So yeah, definitely do it. But yeah, as you can see, like, you know, it's not by any means a perfect tool, this, but I think this took me like 3 hours to do with Claude Code. So it's definitely possible. Albeit I kind of know what I'm doing. So there were some things I had to kind of have a bit of the knowledge of a software engineer, but I'm sure you can just kind of muscle your way through it with Claude and the various AIs. But yeah, I was kind of impressed at how far you can get with just some basic things like this. Because I have seen a lot. I mean, I get on my YouTube algorithm, some of the stuff is like how to be successful at YouTube. I don't know why I get it, but I get a lot of these kind of quote unquote gurus. I never watch any of their content, but that are kind of like, oh, I launched a shorts channel and I've got 1 billion views in 2 days or whatever. And I see a lot of short form content that just appears for whatever reason on my main page that is obviously like clips of people's podcasts and stuff. And I was wondering like, oh, can I just make a tool to do that for me and then see how far we can get with that? So that was kind of the reason that I built this. So we'll see. Maybe I'll start clipping people's podcasts and trying to make money off them. We'll see. But yeah, it's definitely possible. So, but yeah, if you're thinking of streaming stuff, just go for it. You know, as I say, I'm definitely not a successful streamer by any means, but you're never going to be successful if you don't start, basically. Okay, cool. So that's better now. Sweet. And it should be syncing. Okay. The transcript fetching seems to be not working well. Maybe it is working. It's just not. That needs fixing. Can we have some kind of UI tag or something to show whether the transcript is there for the videos, please, on the competitor page and then on the individual video page? Yeah, no, it's all good. Yeah, I mean, it's quite amazing what you can build with AI. Like it's one of these things, like I say, none of the, like, you can get like 80% of the way there with AI. It's the last 20% that takes the most amount of time. The good example of this is this kind of tool that we built on stream, which if you want to go back and watch, I mean, it's self-promo, but on my website you can look and filter via the stream, Talkie Texty, and you can watch the streams where I built that tool. But basically, like, this tool is 80% of what the ones that you pay for are. The ones that you pay for are obviously way more polished and do slightly better things. But for my use case, this works perfectly fine, and it didn't take me that long to build, really. So yeah, it is amazing what you can do. But the jump from a local tool like this, or like my short form creator, to a fully fledged product that you can sell to other people is quite big, in my view, because I would want to do it properly. I know there's lots of people that would just stick it out there and try and make some money off it, but we'll see. I'm currently down like £2,000 in my quest to make money from AI, so I probably need to start trying to monetize quickly, but we'll see. But yeah, one thing I'm thinking of doing, I don't know whether anyone is interested, but is starting like a school community, and then doing like tutorials and kind of streams and stuff around how to actually build stuff properly with AI. And like I guess one thing I thought about doing is like a software crash course for people that have never written any code, basically. So things to look out for, things to understand with how it's being built, and all the lingo and jargon and stuff, so that you can hopefully talk to Claude and the AIs with a bit more knowledge and understanding. So if that is of all of interest, let me know, because I will probably start it at some point. But as I said, the main thing I need to do at the moment is make content. That's the thing that I am not doing. I've got so many ideas for channels and videos that I want to make, and yeah, I just don't do it because I'm lazy. So I need to snap out of that and start making it, which is one of the reasons why I want AI to do a lot of the work for me, if I can. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know how well, if I had to mention my 5 top ways to monetize AI for a beginner, what would it be? I mean, I'm probably a bad person to ask that because I've not made any money from AI. So I think, from what I understand, the people that are making money from AI are the people that have, well, say making money, but the people that have raised money for their companies that are AI tooling, like LangChain and stuff like that. The people that are making content around AI, so like this guy, for example, he makes videos around AI news and all that kind of stuff. So he would have made money from AI. And then the other one, that's kind of the only ones that I really know of, really. And then I guess the people that are like, quote unquote, building tooling with AI, I guess. I'm sure there's some people out there that have built. Well, there was one guy, I think it's, what is it, Bridgemind, I think it is. Is that the guy? Yeah, this guy. So he does live streams, and he's built AI tooling, I think. I think the thing that I've seen all these people actually build ends up being tooling around building with AI. So I think his tool is basically a CLI for building with AI. It's very meta, but yeah. But yeah, I'm not the best person to ask about how to make money from AI and how to monetize, because I haven't made any money from AI yet. So maybe in the future. But yeah, build a product that solves a problem. It's basically the way to do it. Okay, so it's done that now. Hopefully we have the transcript. Okay, right. Good. Okay, cool. Yeah. So and then it's done the analysis. Again, the prompt is not very good and stuff, but it's got the analysis and all that kind of stuff. So that is good. Whether we get a template or anything, we don't, which is probably good. But we can work on all that as well. So yeah, so that's good. So yeah, the idea behind this would be that we are able to extract the hooks that work well, template them, and get kind of a hook bank so that we can use that for our videos and stuff as well. So I think that is done now. Cool. Oh yes. Can you please make a page for my own channel that is basically the same as the competitor's page, but just for my own content, basically, so that we can track what's working and what's not, etc. So that will be the next thing. Bum, 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 bum. I mean, that's definitely a short form video. So, okay, that one's definitely a short form video. It's probably because the sync hasn't worked correctly on that channel. So like if we delete Mr. Beast, I think if we resynced it, probably have to delete all the videos and stuff, I think. Delete Mr. Beast, and then I think that's everything. And if we resync Mr. Beast, just that, I guess, Mr. Beast. Okay, so the way that it's determining short form is just wrong. Need to fix that. There is a typo in the title, is there? Okay, to fix that then. Thank you for letting me know. How I fix it with Streamlabs, I do not know. I have to work that one out. Maybe I can just do it directly on the channel. Stream settings, stream health. Tolls, yeah, thank you for that one. So yeah, we need to fix the short form. Form is broken. Because I'm pretty sure that's a short form video, right? Yeah, that is. Yeah, okay, so I don't think you can use the thumbnail size and stuff to determine whether it's a short, because I think that gets mangled a bit by the API. So I guess we'll just use the length for now. It is annoying that when you go to a short form video like that, though. Oh, where am I going? This one. Oh, I've lost it. I've lost it. That it goes to like the full page rather than the short form version of it. That is kind of annoying. But YouTube UX for you. Yeah, please come back. As I say, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully you'll see videos appearing and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, join the live streams again. Happy to answer questions and talk about all kinds of things. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, so I will work on this tool at some point as well, because it is quite a cool one. Like the auto tracking is really what I need to fix, because everything else kind of works okay, but the auto tracking, I can't remember what it's using, but it's not that great. And to be honest, it might just be that it's not going to ever be that great, but maybe that's fine. Because one thing that would be interesting would be to do what I've seen a lot of people do, is like you take other people's content, you just clip it into short form content, put your captions on it, put some dramatic music or whatever, and then you release it as short form on all the platforms. And they seem to get loads of views. Whether they make any money or not, I don't know. I've got no idea. But we would see. So yeah, you should see it like it should move the viewport. It did it wrong there, but yeah, it did move it. So yeah, lots of things I need to fix on this one. But if you start seeing short form video on my channel, it'll be made through this. So going to be dog fooding and using all of my own tools. So yeah. My tool is sick. Thank you. Do you mean the short form generator, or do you mean the? I mean, this one's not working, so I assume you mean the short form generator. Yeah, it is a pretty cool tool that I've spent like 3 hours building, and need to fix loads of things on it. But there's loads of things you can do with it, like different captions, styling, and stuff. These are all like really basic stylings. You can change like the word length, all this kind of stuff. But one thing I want to do is like proper different styling, and then things like, I've seen ones where it's quite cool where you have like some of the text is kind of behind the person on screen, but you can kind of like, so like it provides a bit of depth and stuff like that. But that's all enhancements we can make. And I also need to add in like the ability to add music, and then like longer term, the ability to add in B-roll and stuff as well. No, it's not open source. It's just something I built locally. If people are interested in it, I can potentially make it open source or make it a product that people can use. As I say, this was just one I built when I was bored. I wanted to see how far we can go with it, to be honest. Like, but yeah, but if people are interested in it, let me know. I can potentially make it open source and all of that kind of stuff. We will see. As I said, the main tool I'm working on at the moment is this tool here, which is ideally going to help me make content and make videos. So we'll see how far we get. But yeah, it sounds like people like the short form generator. So if that's one that people like, I can definitely, I don't know whether I want to make it open source or what. I don't know. I'll have a think. Do you guys make short form content then? Is that why you like that one, or is it something you want to do? Be interested to know. Okay, the short form detection is broken. Can we just go with the time-based one for now? because it seems that YouTube often generates a full-size thumbnail for shorts. So just go with time-based for now. Okay, so we should have my channel now. Okay, cool. Synced videos. Okay, this is wrong as well because this is just like every single thing. I need to get that limited, don't I? Okay, so my channel page in theory is done. It's probably just the syncing that's wrong on that. Okay, there we go. It is there. It's just none of my videos performed well, so none of them appear here, which is fine. And actually, the one short form I have is the one that actually performed quite well. Which doesn't seem to have got. There you go. That, yeah, that's the one that got the most views. Was the one short form clip I did. So, yeah. So this will be my channel page, and this will help me kind of build better videos and content, basically. I probably also need to work out how to remove live streams from it as well, perhaps. Yeah, we could probably work out how to do that as well. Whether the API has a flag that it's live or not, I don't know. We'll have to see. But yeah, there's loads of things I want to do with this tool as well. So in future streams, we will be building this tool as well. So yeah, stay tuned for that. It sounds like this is a tool that people would pay for. So maybe I can make this a SaaS product that you can link up to or be credit-based with AI. I'll have a think. To be honest, it's actually not that complicated to build. So, yeah. Well, I didn't think it was that complicated. No. Okay, good. It's better at hiding shorts now. Fantastic. Is there a way that we can determine if a video is from a live stream or not via the API? Okay, yeah. Can we also filter out live stream content the same way that we're doing with short form content? And tag it as live rather than just long. Okay. So this is the main thing I need to do is update the prompts to have the correct text on the tool, and then I can actually start using it. And then deploy it to my Linux box, but that should be fairly straightforward to do. And then we can start hopefully getting some ideas and stuff for content. Then I need to go film it probably, well, hopefully the content I start off making doesn't need that much editing. It's going to be more like, hey, look, this is some AI news, or this is an AI tool you can use, and that kind of stuff. So it's not going to be like full-on documentary style stuff. Going with low editing style first, and then hopefully we can incrementally add in tooling to help reduce the amount of editing and stuff that I need. I'm probably going to pay editors to edit videos anyway, but the more that I can do with AI, the better, basically. And as you can see, with tools like this as well, I think there is actually probably more possible than I realise, but it's going to take some work and some experimentation, shall we say. Yeah, it definitely seems like streaming later on is better off time-wise here in Australia. So good to know that. I think the last stream I did, I got like 2 views. So obviously bad timing or not interesting for people. Okay. I don't know why it's on like, oh, it's the database transaction, that's fine. But yeah, it would be an interesting experiment actually to take some podcasts that people make, like, I don't know, like Joe Rogan or whatever, or like the financy ones that people always seem to clip, and see what we can do with my short form tool, whether we can actually make some shorts that are popular. The only thing with that is, like, I don't know what YouTube thinks of those kind of things, because there is just like repurposing other people's content, and I don't know whether that's allowed or how YouTube feels about it in terms of like monetizing. I guess you must be able to monetize it because so many people do it. But we'll see. Maybe it'll be an interesting experiment. Maybe we can do on future live streams, and as a, like, can we make money with AI by having built this tool, clipping other people's content and sticking it out there? We'll see. And my own content as well. Like, once I actually start making longer form videos, I will use that tool to make my own short form content. But yeah, so many things we can do. I'm just very lazy. So it's something I need to work on. Otherwise, I'm going to be broke and homeless. So we'll go from there. Oh, such a bad way. Like, every time it shows me the code, I just go like, oh my god, what is it doing? But yeah, the main thing I need to fix on this tool is the auto tracking. I can't remember what I used for it. Oh yeah, I think it's OpenCV, isn't it? I think is what it uses. Yeah, and it's a very naive implementation of face tracking and this kind of stuff. So it's not terrible, but it definitely needs work. Because like, as you can see, like, so these things here are the keyframes. So it will basically jump around at those points. Can't click play. Okay, so yeah, but you see like why it jumped there. Well, I guess because in this case it's like football, so there's like other people on the pitch, so it's more difficult for it. But the fact that it's got like this one kind of correct is kind of cool, really. It will probably end up jumping to this player here. Oh no, it didn't. I don't know what those keyframes are. But like what? Well, yeah, why it jumped around. This obviously doesn't line up correctly. It's like it's like I say, it's kind of right there, but I would like argue it should be a bit to the left and all this kind of stuff. But definitely needs work. So I'll work on that on some future live streams. And yeah, if people are interested in it, then let me know, and we can maybe open source it or turn it into a product. But yeah, obviously the keyframe needs to be the same length as the actual thing, otherwise you get a weird disconnect between them, which doesn't work quite well. Yeah, the code is obviously pretty crap on this because it's taking so long to filter out live videos, which should be a fairly straightforward thing to do. Like, you just determine whether it's live, it comes back in the API, and then you filter out. But it seems to be doing so much for that. I don't quite understand. Should get there fairly quickly though, hopefully. Yeah, if you've got any questions, do drop them in the chat. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, as there'll be hopefully videos coming in the future and lots more live streaming as well. So if you're interested in AI, building things with AI, software, all that kind of stuff, let me know. I think the model here is Opus 4.7. There you go. Which I think is the latest one, right? Claude models. Yeah, 4.7. Yeah, it's the latest one. So yeah, I've got a, I think it's a Max subscription. I think it is Pro or Max. I can't remember which one. The middle subscription for Claude. And again, I will be trying out different models and all that kind of stuff on future streams and videos and stuff. But from my experience, Claude has been the one that actually works for coding. In one of the earlier live streams from like a month ago or something, when I was building the the voice to text tool, we tried Kimi K2, I think it was. I think we tried DeepSeek as well, I think. I can't remember what models we tried, but they were all absolutely terrible and just kept breaking and stuff. So Claude and Opus, kind of the ones that I've stuck with, basically. What about yourself? Have you tried any different models, or what's your main go-to model? Again, always interested to hear what models people use and which ones they find to be the best. A lot of people have said that Codex seems to be up there now. I've not used it in a long time, so I can't really comment, but it seems to be getting some praise, which is good. Okay, hopefully, oh, it's still broken. I don't know whether I need to restart the server. Yeah, Bun, I don't know, seems to sometimes just get caught in a... Okay, so that is alive. Oh, that's the one they're doing now, though, so maybe it doesn't have a live tag. One hidden. I probably need to sync it, that might be why. Sync now. Yeah, okay, there. It's got a live. Good. Yeah, okay, so that works, which is good. Slowly making progress, I believe. Right. That's not a vital thing to do, really. It's probably fine for now. I mean, the competitor analysis kind of is working. Okay, I need to work on the prompt and actually get the prompts to be correct. So if we go to competitors, you go to Mr. Beast, click on this. It doesn't have the transcript, I think that means. If we do sync transcripts, we see the sync is running. Okay, so Codex is okay, not as good as Claude. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I found. So as I say, Claude is the one that I've been using pretty much all the time, really. I have seen people say that they get Claude to write the code and then they get Codex to review it, and they say that works well. But I'm not reviewing any of his code, so it's not that important for me at the moment. This is just an internal tool that I'm building for myself, basically. If it works really well and I get success on my YouTube channel, then maybe we can make it into a proper tool, but we'll see. So yeah, but it's basically what these should do. The UI is a bit crap here, but is they should basically analyze the video and the transcript and all this kind of stuff. Again, the prompts are not good, so I'm not expecting a good analysis for this, but if we get something back, we know it's worked. Okay, yeah, so extreme action, large number, people. Okay, so it's kind of doing what I want, really. So we get like the format of the title, the hook type, all this kind of stuff, and then some kind of analysis and stuff. So this hopefully will all be useful in places like this. So we can add it all to the hook bank and all that kind of stuff if we see it either performing super well or in multiple places. I need to kind of come up with a methodology for when we determine whether we want to keep or add a hook to our database or not, basically. Obviously, like, I'm not making Mr. Beast style content, but it's good to know. Okay. Yeah, I still don't think the the scoring is quite right per se. We obviously need to sync a lot more videos as well, because I think it was 200 I had it at, but because it includes short form, I don't think that is enough. 2000, I guess. Skip channels synced within, yeah, that's fine. Okay. I should not have changed that, so we can get rid of that. Okay. What do I want to do next? Yeah, I need to think about how we do these ones, because like if we get an analysis of one video, then it's difficult to know. Well, I guess you can determine whether the title format is potentially good, which I guess is step one. It's then like, can we, I guess that's fine. So maybe we'll get those agents to output the hook and the title. Yeah, I think that's probably the way to do it. And then we can just like filter them out and remove them and delete them if they're not particularly great. Template videos, that should link, yeah, that's fine. Source ID, rationale tag, okay, yeah. Okay, can we update the title hook and thumbnail analysis on individual videos to output templates to add to our template library? It should be optional, so if the AI doesn't think it is one that should be added to the template, or it's not performed very well, then don't add it. Otherwise, do add it. And that should be done via the JSON schema as well. So they don't have it, but there should be like a JSON schema output that you get for all of these agent runs, and they can output the JSON schema, and then it gets passed into the next part of the run, basically, from the task. So like the research agent does this, like it outputs some JSON. that then gets passed into the handler to add topics. So we'll do the same for the titles, hooks, and thumbnails. And then I guess we'll add the ability to just like delete a thumbnail or a hook if we don't think it's particularly great. So we'll see. So yeah, I think we'll do this one. Hopefully you can do it now. Fairly straightforward. Yeah, so that's the main thing I need to do. I mean, that's kind of doing that now. This is the next thing I need to do, and then deploy to droplet, and then have it running basically. Oh yeah, I need to, what is it? Expose port to VPC, so I can access the dashboard. But I'll do that off stream because otherwise I'll end up leaking credentials and end up having to reset everything, which I always end up doing. But yeah, but then so the idea is that it sits on like a DigitalOcean droplet. It runs all those tasks based on the cron schedules. I can access the dashboard, see what topics and stuff it's come up with. I'll probably add in a Discord handler as well to tell me like when it's done stuff so that I get a message. I'll make a note of that because that will be fairly straightforward to do. And then based on that, I can start making videos basically. And then once we've got some videos filmed out there, we can start to analyze what's working, what's not working, and incrementally improve the tool, but then also start looking at tools for editing the video. Like I know you can now hook up, is it Claude Design, which I've not looked at at all, to video, well, not video per se, but I know you can use like a Remotion and those kind of tools to make like, I guess like UI things for videos, which in theory should make your videos better. I'm not at all good at video editing. So we'll see. Hopefully, okay, so hopefully it's done the thing that I wanted it to do. It's not got any there yet. So if we go back to this one, I mean, why it's in Arabic, I don't quite understand, but let's reanalyze that. Obviously, it's got mixed up somehow in the text. We'll have to look at why that's happening. The transcript has got really fucked up there. Yeah, still. Bizarre. I'll have to. Okay, yeah, so that's worked well, and you can see the video as well. So we get kind of a tag, link to the videos, the 1 of 10 score for it. And then the idea is that we can kind of collate all the titles and stuff that are working well, and then use those to generate our own titles and come up with ideas and the ideation and all that kind of stuff. That's the idea anyway. We'll see how far we get. Why the hell is this one in Arabic? I don't understand. What the hell? So that'll be videos. It will be video ID. What was it? Just videos, I think. Description, subscribe. Why the hell has the transcript come back in Arabic? What the hell? So bizarre. Okay, we've done a transcript sync, but the transcripts come back in Arabic. Can we please update the YouTube transcript stuff to make sure it comes back in English? So delete, update videos, transcript. Now, where ID? I cannot type on my Mac keyboard. Okay. So bizarre. Like, I don't know whether there's a... I don't know whether there's a language setting on this. It's just video ID fetch. Config. There is a language string, yeah. So it should be passing the language string in. Yeah, I don't know why that one, because the other one must have come back in English, I would think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they're all in Arabic. It's just the default that comes. No, I mean, some of them have come back in English and some of them in Arabic. So there's obviously some weird thing going on there. We'll get that fixed. Because that is not something that we want. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Let me update all of them to have no transcript. Okay, so it says it's done. Good, we've not got the transcript anymore. I did say add the transcript syncing thing to individual videos, didn't I? Let's do sync transcripts. I mean, the YouTube thing that I'm using, I think it's YouTube transcript. It's just an NPM package, basically. I would assume, well, I think it definitely does support other languages because you can pass in a config. Oh, why it does stuff like this, I don't know, but so yeah, like you can pass in a language config, so I assume that yeah, the transcript config, yeah, language string, so you should be able to pass in various things, which makes sense because the transcripts are pretty much generally automated anyway from YouTube. Like YouTube just creates them from the video, and obviously it will do it in multiple languages. There you go. So they're all in English now. Good. That is a nice thing to have fixed. Okay, so we've got that template. Does it want to do the hook reanalyze? That needs fixing as well. Yeah, so the UI is like, as soon as you click something, it should block off all the other things and then not allow you to spam the button, but we'll see. Okay, there you go. So we've now got a template, hopefully. Yeah, so like contrast. I just blah. Yeah. Okay, so that's working how I want it to. It's not perfect by any means. We'll do the thumbnail as well now just to see what it looks like. Obviously, as I said, I'm not making Mr. Beast style content, so these hooks will be different and all that kind of stuff, but we'll see how far we get. We're making progress though. I'm reasonably happy with where we are. That's red. Oh, I think that's red because does it say why it's failed? They should be clickable because we should be able to see exactly what. Agent response is not valid JSON. Yeah, I need to see that, you know, it's the thumbnail. On all the pages where we can see run history, so that's like the channel analysis, all those kind of things. The run should be clickable, so we can see, like, and just open up a drop down and see all the data for that run. So like the error, the info, start stat, all that kind of stuff, please. Otherwise, I have to go look at the database, which is a bit of a pain in the behind. Right. Okay. So yeah, slowly making progress. I think the main thing I need to now is the prompts themselves, and then deploy it and just start getting something and then start making content. So it's now 7 o'clock here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to wrap up this stream. Coming up to 2.5 hours, so not too bad. My voice is starting to get a bit croaky. It's been a while since I've done a stream. So I think I'll wrap this one up. Thank you for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel, click the bell, all that kind of stuff, so you get notified of new streams, new videos, that kind of stuff. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you'll join me for the next one. Thanks, guys.